We are the only race that come in a fucking variety pack. Literally, the only one.
Welcome back to Basically Unpopular. I'm Bae.
I'm Patty, Patricia.
And I'm Laura Graham.
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking about, this is almost a follow-on, but not really a kind of a different subject. We're going to be talking about colorism and the effects that it's had on us as individuals. As you can see, we all are different shades of brown, all still beautiful Black women at the end of the day. So we do all have different experiences. So you're going to hear a little bit about that. Once again, feel free to comment. Feel free to let us know your personal experiences. And we're just going to talk about it, have different opinions, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
And as y'all can see, we obviously felt like having a controversial conversation today. Like, we just really felt like with everything that's going on in the world, this was a conversation to be had. So if y'all want to know why everything's so serious.
Yeah.
Shit's serious. I mean,
serious times.
It's reality.
I'm going to let Patricia start.
Basically, we was discussing why people like have this preconceived notion of me as soon as they meet me. Meaning like, oh, I'm mean, or I'm gonna be a bitch, or whatever. And I said that one of the reasons is because I'm dark skinned, and him as a light skinned man was like, oh, that's probably not it. And I'm like, no, that wasn't like, I wasn't getting your opinion. I'm telling you that it's because I'm dark skinned. Like that, I'm not saying that's the whole reason, but that's definitely a part of it. Like that wasn't even like a debate or a question. Like I know for a fact that that's the reason why. And
that's why people assume that you're mean?
Yeah, like, well, I'm going to be or I'm going to be a bitch, or I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry.
You tried it.
I thought I put my phone on D&D. Sorry. Give me a second.
Got to be more careful.
Oh, yeah. So basically, it's what I was saying. Like, he tried to play me. He tried to say that wasn't it. And I'm like, oh, but it is, because you'd be surprised. As a light-skinned man, you don't know, but I've lived in this skin my whole life. I noticed what it is. I had a friend, she was light-skinned, mixed, whatever, and I remember her telling me she has like a best friend of the guy, and I remember her not even noticing what she was saying, oh, I would always hear him and his girlfriend. I pictured his girlfriend dark-skinned, because I guess she met her and she was light-skinned. Because every time she would be on the phone with him, she always be in the background all loud and ghetto.
Whoa.
And honestly, I don't even think she realized that what she said was like not okay. Or how she thought was not okay. She just said it and kept on going like
she didn't say anything, yeah.
Offensive, yes, offensive.
So I know people like look at dark-skinned people and
so all Black women or specifically dark-skinned Black women?
I think dark-skinned Black women get the butt of it. I think they get the most of it. I had a friend ask me the other day, do I think that I get that judgment just from lighter-skinned women, if I get it from darker-skinned women as well? And I was like, I never thought about that, because I probably do get it from darker-skinned women, but I don't think that that's what it is because they're dark-skinned. It's just like a Black person could be prejudiced, but you're not thinking they being prejudiced towards you because they're Black, so you don't think nothing about it. I think all Black women as a whole, especially to the others, we get labeled, but I think darker skinned women get it the most because they get it outside of their race and inside of their race.
Has your experience been worse coming from men or from women?
I think it's the same. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's the same.
And honestly, from dark-skinned men and light-skinned men and dark-skinned women and light-skinned women.
Yeah.
That's
the whole dark-skinned woman thing, I just got asked, I had to really think about it. Because it's probably happened, I just never really noticed that's what it was. First of all, it took a long time before I realized, paid attention that anybody was like I used to have a cousin who used to always tell me I was pretty for a dark-skinned girl, and I never thought nothing about it.
That's so
Like, it took a long time for me to realize that, like, the subtle things that people would say, they're saying it because they don't think dark-skinned women are pretty. They're saying it because they don't think dark-skinned women can speak intelligently. It took a while for me to like realize that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably happened from dark-skinned women, and I just didn't notice it because they're dark-skinned, so I'm not thinking they're thinking the same way as everybody else. Like,
right. Personally, I consider myself very much brown skin. I don't think I'm on the dark skin, light skin scale. I'm just kind of just a brown skin girl. So I didn't have any necessarily bad experiences about my skin tone. About my facial features, I have very bold and prominent features. So that was the bulk of the picking on me, because I had big full lips, full, nose, ears, all of that true traditional Black features that were not seen as beautiful, especially on a little girl, face this big, lips half the face, like all of that kind of stuff was going on. But it was never about my skin tone. It was just because I had very prominent traditional Black features that are now seen as beautiful, but back then not so much. And so I grew into them, and now it's like, okay, I'm a bad bitch. But prior, it was a problem. And now bitches want to be like me. So I mean, what's up? But I do remember the bullying and just the kind of negative connotation of someone being dark and, oh, you a slave, and the whole, just all that dumbass shit that we used to say as kids that we didn't realize that was so hurtful.
Like African booty scratching?
Yeah, all that old African
Why do we
shit,
think that's like, okay? You never heard that term?
No. Yes, I have.
That was like the best joke in the world, as Black people saying it to other Black people.
As if being from Africa is negative. Like, it's all those things were so ingrained in us. Like, we didn't realize that there's so much beauty in where we are, who we are, and where we come from, until now, recently, in the last X amount of years, it's becoming more and more like positive. Definitely. But definitely, I remember the darkest skinned Black girls, all the boys were like, oh, she's Black, blah, blah. Then the darkest skinned Black boys, all the girls were like, oh, he's so Black, he this, he that, he's purple. You can't, if you turn the light off, you can't even see him unless you smile. All we see is your eyes and your teeth and shit. Like, all them shits, like, I swear. And it was like, it's funny, but it was like, now Black, darkest skin is so beautiful that we see the true beauty of it. And it's like, wow, I don't know why as kids we didn't see it, So I like I said, I never experienced it, but I definitely was seeing it, and probably even partook at some point as a kid, not really realizing. But I don't think it's cool at all, and I think it still exists in today. We still have.
How do y'all feel about men who say they don't date Black women?
Men in general, or
men, Black men, of course, who say they don't date Black women?
I mean, I don't want to knock anybody for their preference, and I don't mind if you don't date Black women for your reasons, that's fine. But just don't knock Black women while you're not dating. Like, if you don't want to date Black women, that's fine, that's your choice. But don't be like, oh, because they ghetto, they this, they that, they ratchet. Nah, I'm not with none of that. If you choose not to do it, then I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me. But don't big up another race or big up another ethnicity over Black women because that's your preference.
I've never heard anyone say that they don't date Black women. I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't think I would care neither, because like how Bella was saying, like, you have your preferences. But then also, like, watch what you're saying, because the chances of you having a Black mother, Black sisters, Black family members, if you're if you're Black is child. High up there. Is high up there because you're Black. Now, if you're saying that you don't want to deal with Black women because it could be the family that you were brought up in, it could be that all you see is the Black women in your family just want to go after men for the money, or they're lazy, or because they're ghetto, or because they have kids with multiple people just for them to be able to put everybody in child support. So if that's the experience that you had, that's one thing. But as long as you're not shitting on me, I could care less. Like, everybody's not made for everybody. I'm sorry, not everybody can handle a strong Black woman, period. So it doesn't bother me, to be honest with you.
Right, because really, honestly, the men who speak like that, they're just weeding themselves out, because you obviously couldn't handle it and you're no good for her anyway. So we're better, good riddance, nigga. Get the hell out of here. Like, we don't want you up here anyway. If you can't appreciate the strength and the beauty of a Black woman, then you don't deserve her. So you're better off with somebody else?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with interracial dating. I don't really trust a man that says he does not date Black women at all. Like I've heard, like I remember when I was in tech school, there was a guy who said, a Black man who said he did not, Black boy, who said he does not find Black women attractive. And I just highly doubt that you've went your whole life, even if you didn't see him in the little town you from, wasn't nobody on TV, it ain't a singer, you know Black women. I just don't trust men who say they don't date Black women at all. Now, if you're attracted to white women, and you just so happen to like be more attracted to white women than Black women, that's one thing. And like Baylor said, you weeded yourself out because it's probably something wrong with you, and you probably no good to that white woman either, honestly, or the Hispanic woman or Asian woman or whatever. But I'm with y'all. I don't have an issue with it. It's don't put Black women down. Don't have these unrealistic things like, oh, all Black women do this and all Black women. As a Black man, if you make it a point to say that out loud, I feel like you're trash. I don't want to date you anyways.
Right.
If you're attracted to who you're attracted to and you go date who you date silently, that's a whole different story. But if you're announcing it to the world, I got an issue.
Do you feel like the lighter your skin, the better your opportunities? It's now, so we're not doing the Black or white. We're doing the Black. We're just doing the Blacks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So 2 nights ago, I was talking to my friend Kali, and we were talking about how, I was asking him like, if you didn't get so much praise from females, do you think you would have the same kind of confidence? So he's like, of course. So I'm like, you're trying to tell me that if all these females that used to run up on you and be like, oh my God, like, love me, be with me, fuck me, you would have that same confidence? He was like, yeah, because from a young age, I learned what women like. I learned that women like men that have their shit together. I learned that women like when men work out and take care of themselves and they smell good, they dress good and all that good stuff, and that they could be providers if any situation was to happen, they could provide. I was like, all right, cool. So then I tried my best not to make it about color, so we're still talking. So that he brought up that one of his friends was telling him the other day that, oh, well, the only reason that he was so hot pretty much is because he's light skinned, and he fails to believe it. So I'm like, bro, I tried my best not to bring that up, but I'm glad that you brought it up. So he's like, so you think so? So I'm like, dude, I definitely think that the reason that you get so much, so much attraction from so much female is because of the color of your skin. Like, yeah, you're built nice, you're tall and you're attractive, but I feel like most people find you to be more attractive because you're light skinned. You're like, nah, because I know this guy who he's dark skinned, like he's as dark as you, and he worked out and he did his thing and he had a nice car and he had all the girls and he used to get his cheeks and da. I'm like, yeah, but do you think that if you and this guy, so it's 2 of y'all go into a bar, y'all don't talk to nobody, there's 10 females in there, light skin and he being dark skin, do you really think that y'all will get the same opportunity from these females, especially back in the Caribbean? Because that's how it is. Like, the lighter you are, the more attraction you get. And he was like, nah, that's not how it is. I'm like, you really think that if you was to go to a bar with this guy and 10 females are there, you really think that it would be 5 and 5? Or you really think that he'll get more attention than you? You don't think that you'll be the main attraction? And he's like, nah. I'm like, all right, cool. You've been living the light skin life, the light skin life your whole life, so you don't know about the dark skin struggles. Like, in my head, I don't think I've ever struggled, because in my head, although I don't call myself a bitch, but I've been the hottest shit out there. Like, that's how I always felt. So I always had that self-esteem. So even if someone doesn't look my way, I don't mind if that one person doesn't look my way, because then, like, I know that I have the qualities that men look for, that like, that one didn't look my way, but them other 5 out there, they're looking at me. So, and I know females might not like me, but what I have is what they want. And I feel like what I have, and not saying that only dark-skinned people are shaped like me, but in my head, I'm not fuck your light skin because this dark skin woman have exactly what your nigga wants. So I don't care, you know.
Period.
But I'm trying to, yeah. But I'm like I feel like light skinned people are stuck in the fact that I only get where I'm at because I worked hard and because I'm also black. I'm not saying that you're not black, but I'm saying your tone of black, your level of melanin is not as intense as mine. So you have a better opportunity when it comes to the black community.
Yeah. And I feel like you said, if you're in it, it's hard for you to look on the outside and, you know, see the big picture. If you're experiencing it, it's hard for you to realize what the other side is feeling because you're not on that side, unless you're able to like have some hindsight and just have a broader view. But as a light-skinned person, I can understand them. That's what I always like, no, that's not true. Like they're in denial because they don't understand how the other side feels. So
yeah.
Do y'all think dark-skinned men have it as bad as dark-skinned women?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
I do.
You see, I don't. So I feel like it all depends on what situation we're talking about, because I don't feel like men compete with themselves like how we compete with ourselves. If that makes sense. So it's like I feel like a light-skinned female will try to put down a dark-skinned female just because she thinks she's all that because she's light-skinned. But I feel like usually men just go about their day like they're just like, all right, cool. I'm hot. I have a gut, but I could still get how much females, or I have a gut, but I could still get this job, or you know, or I have a gut.
So a woman will get it from a man and a woman. A man will only get it from a woman. Right. That's why I feel like a dark-skinned woman has it worse than a dark-skinned man, because we get it from both sides. You're gonna have a woman to look down on you and talk down on you, and you gonna have a man that looks down on you and talk down on you. They both gonna label you. They're both gonna judge you. A man might only get it from a woman, but y'all also gotta understand, women been screaming the dark skin was back for like the past 15 years. They've been back for like ever.
For men.
Yeah, women been saying dark skinned men was back, but they've been saying it for like 15, 20 years.
But
Then they haven't really gone anywhere.
I feel like there's a level.
They say dark skinned men are back.
Back?
Like
like how? But they've been saying it for so long that it's just like
there's a level of it though, because I feel like if you're gonna be a dark skinned man, you have to be like this, like sexy chocolate god. You know what I mean? Like this body washboard. Like you have to really do it up. You can't just be the average. The average looking light skinned man will get more attention than the average looking dark skinned man. You know what I'm saying? Like for a dark skinned man, same for like maybe as an African or dark skinned woman, you have to be like the baddest in the room to be like, wow, you know, to get that attention. Whereas the average light skinned girl think that she hot shit because the men are on her ass, but it's like she's not even that cute in the face, really. You know, so I don't know. I feel like
I think us embracing our natural more is helping for people to accept all shades. Since now we're more natural as far as like our hairstyles. You're seeing more darker skinned models. Because I feel like over the past like 5 years, darker skinned women have been getting accepted more.
Absolutely.
But what I'm hoping is not just a trend.
Right.
Yeah, I was just about to say that it might be a trend. Although this trend kind of lasted a little minute, but I'm hoping too that it's not just a trend. I'm hoping that it's not just well now she's fine because the color of her skin and all these colors look good on her, and oh my God, why not just put on all these magazines?
I feel like African Americans as a whole, like we're becoming so much more comfortable in our true selves, in our skin, in our natural hair, all of that stuff. And I don't see it regressing. I don't see it going backwards. I just see it becoming more and more prominent and more accepted. So I don't think it's a trend. I think we're finally moving in the right direction. So I don't see it going back because we're all natural. I love my natural hair. Like, yeah, I have a sew-in right now, but I love my natural hair. And it's like, I don't see myself going back to the perms and the, you know, all the damage and the chemicals. Like we have grown past that. You see these little girls like loving the natural hair. The parents, we're the parents now. So we get to bring them up. They bring it's a generational thing. Whereas before the straight hair, like that was all what it was about. Like you being nappy head, slave, like all these equations and like
bad hair.
Yeah, bad hair.
Oh my God,
like, all that kinky, thick ass.
We gotta get rid of that bad hair, good hair.
It's Bruh, it's crazy because I had one of my coworkers' mother. She saw my hair, like when I had my little fro, whatever. And she was, oh, I was washing my hair, and she was like, oh, I didn't know you had good hair.
What?
What's your
That's
definition
so,
of good hair? Like, what is your
to
definition
me,
of
healthy
good
hair is good hair.
Right. There's different
But that's what I'm
textures
saying.
of
But she
hair.
wasn't. But that's my
No,
thing.
that doesn't make
She's
it
not
bad
having
or
that
good
conversation
though.
like how we would have that conversation. Be like, yo, you got some good hair. Like your junk shiny and it's healthy. And look at them ends looking
Yeah,
clean.
when I say good hair, I'm talking about the health of your hair.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we have those kind of conversations. She wasn't coming from that aspect.
Yeah,
She's
I
coming
believe you.
from you're black as hell. Like you dark as fuck. So how dare
Confused.
you have curls in your
Yeah. Because that's the stereotype of having these naps that are apparently bad and no curls, just thick, can't comb through it. Just like, it's all bullshit. It really is. There's different textures of hair. It's all beautiful as long as it's healthy and well taken care of. Who cares?
Because even like this trend of natural hair, like guys is acting like they like women with natural hair, but I think they like the women on social media with natural hair.
The curly
With the
hair.
curls and big and y'all ain't really for this natural life yet.
Right.
Not
For the
yet.
4C.
The 4C, the 3A, the 3B, the 1, 2, 5, 6, 8 Z. You gotta like it all. You can't just like the one specific type, and they gotta be long, and they gotta be curly.
You wet it and it's still long and curly. Like what?
Everybody's hair ain't like that.
What do you mean it's still long? Like
You don't like natural
hair,
females
like
like you claim.
Yeah.
I saw this thing, which it surprised me because like that never came to mind whatsoever. And it was this article saying that how many states are now accepting the more natural look for Black women. And now it's, like now for me, I never knew like it wasn't accepted. For me, it's just in a general state of if you're going to work, you gotta be fucking presentable. Like you're not gonna go into work like as if you just woke up. Like I don't care what kind of hair you have. That don't fly with me. Cause like I work with my assistant manager. She's Puerto Rican, and so she got that good hair, So she got that nice curls and stuff. But she be coming to work looking like she have a bird's nest on her head, and she be getting called that. Like the first thing when she comes in, the first I'm gonna work on it. She's like, I'm gonna work on it right now. Like just leave me alone. And she got that good hair. So when I saw the article saying that now Black women are allowed to go to work with more natural state of hair, I was very confused because it's like, so I need someone to tell me that I could wear my natural hair to work. Like I work in a bank, so I don't wear a suit to work, but I wear a blazer. So you're trying to tell me me wearing a blazer I can't wear my fro? Like I didn't know that was unaccepted.
It was seen as unprofessional. It really
But
was.
have y'all ever Googled unprofessional hair?
I saw that the other day, and that made me Google it, and it was like 80% Black people, and I'm like, how?
And natural hairstyles. And then if you Google professional hair, white women. And
so
then what also blows me is I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something.
Like for me, I work in a predominantly white male kind of arena, so I love wearing my natural hair. I love doing my braid outs, my big froze. They're so like you have a different hairstyle again. Like they're so into it, but it's just like I love just to break down a beard because I'm kind of on the higher end of leadership and in that position. So for me to be leading these meetings with all these older white men, and I'm like your superior, and I look the way I do, I feel like it empowers me to be sitting in that room in my natural hair, feeling like a boss, but just breaking down those barriers and those stereotypes of being unprofessional, looking any type of way. Like there's no one way to look to be professional. Like just because I have my hair in an afro don't take away from my intelligence, from my abilities, anything. So stop trying to make connections to shit that don't fucking connect.
What's the most backhanded compliment y'all ever got for y'all skin tone? Never had one? I got one. I was dating this one guy, he was light skinned. And this was years ago, I was probably like 20 at the time. And he said, we laid up in his dorm room. I don't know what's wrong with me. What you mean? I ain't never been attracted to a dark skinned girl before.
Yeah.
Backhanded as fuck.
Yeah. Honestly, that's happened to me before, but it was like normally like it's like white men who are like, oh, I never dated a black girl before, and am I supposed to be like impressed? First of all, I don't really like white men. Secondly, you telling me that off you first came up to me and told me that, I don't know how that's supposed to make me feel. I'm supposed to feel special now because it's like, ooh, you chose me, like nigga. Sorry.
Exactly, like I'm a fucking experiment. Like, oh my god,
Right.
wait, I'm the first one. Wait a minute.
But it's like it's even worse when it comes from your own race, because it's just like I ain't never dated a white man, so I might be, oh, I ain't never dated a white man before. But for a black man, that's to be expected from like the others. But when it comes from your brother, it's just like that's not no.
Right.
Like
I mean,
it shouldn't come from within your own.
Right.
Yeah.
I've gotten
from within your culture.
You're pretty for a black girl shit. I'm pretty sure we've all heard that, and it's like, I'm sorry, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, I don't know how to accept that compliment. I'm pretty because I'm pretty. Period. The fuck. Like,
why do y'all think that people find dark-skinned women so unattractive? Like, what about dark-skinned women do y'all think is so?
I think it's because of the our enhanced features. Because it's like when you look at like white people, like okay, so why most
not even white people, compare them to lighter skin.
No, not white people. White people. Why? Like why?
Oh, I just said white.
Yeah. Like white people go ahead and get surgeries on their nose because they think their nose are too. Oh, not even surgery, but if you watch any kind of makeup video and you see black people doing the makeup video, they're like, oh well, let me snatch off my nose because my nose is too wide.
Or like contour and shit.
Yeah, let me contour my nose so it could look thinner.
Like deeply rooted European freaking beauty standards that we've been exposed to our whole life. Our mothers, Absolutely. Our mothers' mothers, just that beauty standard of straight hair, light skin, good fucking.
And it was blasted all on TV. That's the only thing you saw for the longest.
That's all you saw. You did not see any representation.
Your favorite actresses, your favorite singers, your favorite everything was always the lighter one. So no, I definitely agree with that. Yep. Do y'all think that lighter skinned women deal with a lot of colorism as well?
I don't think so because in the black community, that's what's considered to be beautiful. So I don't really think so.
I see them on like social media saying that they were bullied by the black girls because they were too light or whatever. And I haven't seen it. I never experienced it, so I know when
they were prejudged as being like uppity,
right? Like
they soft, like they can't fight or something.
And that might be true. I mean, I don't want to take my experience away from them, but I can guarantee it wasn't as bad as what the darker skinned girls were getting. They might have had a little bit of jealousy or hatred back and forth because I'm pretty sure light skinned girls were jealous of the dark skinned girls, and it was a vice versa thing. Like as women were in competition all the time. I've heard some of them say that they were bullied and they were picked on for it. So I don't know. I didn't experience it. I didn't see it.
I just wish as black people, like I feel like we're getting better. But I feel like for a lot of people, they're only better on social media. I feel like it's becoming cool on social media to like natural hair. I feel like it's becoming cool on social media to like darker skinned women. I feel like it's mostly on social media because it's like the trend and stuff now. I just hope that we get to a point where like blackness is celebrated no matter what shade. Blackness is celebrated no matter what your hair texture is. Black is celebrated on every shade of black is celebrated on a man, just like every shade of black is celebrated on a woman. Like I just feel like black people have to. We are the only race that come in a fucking variety pack. Literally the only one. I mean, they're like, you have to embrace it. You have to celebrate it. Like we have to realize that like nobody looks like us. No other race can come out looking 10 different shades, 10 different hair textures, 10, like all these different features. Like no other race can do that. And it's just like.
Have the same parents.
Exactly. Like, we need to like embrace that more and not in a fake way, not in a trendy way. We are very unique as a race. Very, very unique. Mm-hmm. Why is that a bad thing?
But my thing with that is also is like like what you said, like, why is it a bad thing? But on top of that, why do we accept it when other races do it? Because it's like when they do what we do. Because it's like, it was inappropriate for you to have your hair braided, but then you have other race do it, and oh my God, it's inappropriate for you to have your hair locked. Like, as in dreadlocks, but then other race do it and like, oh my God, she got dreads.
So trendy,
it's inappropriate it's inappropriate for us to slick our edge and the edges. So like now it's okay. But when we were doing it was ghetto. We used to wear, now I started wearing little hoop earrings, but I always knew hoop earrings to be the ghetto thing to do if you got your big hoop earrings. But then now that the other race is doing it, it's acceptable. So nails, having a nail art and those kind of things, it was so ghetto. Like, oh my God, like why your nails gotta be so colorful, da 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 da. But now that other races are doing, now it's acceptable. Like we need to, as a like, I don't know.
I think even with Black people, like everything, Black people who don't really appreciate all shades of Black, everything looks better on lighter skinned people. So the lighter you get, the better it looks.
I mean, but
we just got to get out of that. Well, I ain't gonna say we, I ain't in that.
But at the end of the day, as African Americans, we are the blueprint. Like, we created all this shit, and all they've done is copy it and redo it and pretend like they created it. But you can see how being a Black woman is so fucking hot. Like, you see these other races literally trying this whole black fishing shit that these girls be out here doing, like making their skin darker on purpose. Like, since when making traditional Black features like on themselves that are not natural to them, because that's what's beautiful. So now all of a sudden you want to be like us, but we will be made fun of for the same thing that you want now. So it's just crazy how life comes full circle, and it's like crazy to see it even in our own lifetime. Like, from the time I was a kid, and the shit that we used to make fun of people for and hear all the jokes, now it's like trendy and popular, and you want to look that way. The big asses and the, just the small, like the whole shape, the face, the aesthetic, everything is popular now. And it's just like,
well, I hate when a man like sees a white woman with a big butt and they like, oh, white woman, they coming for y'all. You're colorist. You're fucking colorist. You don't even like your own, like, because she's lighter skinned, fair skinned, like, we should be scared because you already felt like she looked better because she was light, but now she got the body. Then it's like, y'all really ain't got a chance. I can't stand men like that.
That is so dumb. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And again, men like that, y'all deserve to be with them women, whoever accepts you, because you can't bring that shit over here. And I can't help but side-eye men, especially Black men, when they say shit like that. Like, okay, I respect your preference, but I'm side-eyeing you. Like, nah, like, you doing too much. Like, what's your reason for not liking Black women? Oh, I feel like I'm dating my sister. All these weak-ass excuses. It's
I've never heard that.
I've heard that. And then like, oh, no, I don't want to date Black women because my sister and them, my aunties and cousins and okay, like.
But my thing is, what you gonna do when you have a daughter? Like, it blows me that Lil Wayne got away with saying. It blows me that Lil Wayne got away with saying beautiful Black woman, but I bet that bitch look better red, and nobody found anything wrong with that. And he has a dark skinned daughter.
Old dark skinned daughter.
Like, how did nobody call him out on his shit for that? Because that was not okay.
And then
if you have a daughter. So it's okay for her to grow up and men to think that she not that cute because she dark skinned. Like, right. I mean, he cute, but if you was lighter skinned, you'd be real cute. Because if her daddy thinks that way and he thinks it's acceptable, she gonna take that from a man.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did he get away with saying that?
This whole obsession with mixed babies and mixed this and mixed that, as if that makes
that fetish blows me.
Is it not insane? Like, what's wrong with you people? Like, I can't. And that's why men be wanting, Black men want, like, Hispanic women or white women just to get that mixed baby. Like, what? Y'all tripping.
Yeah, this fetish of mixed kids and exotic kids gotta go.
Oh,
like,
wow.
It's a fetish because that's literally what it is, a fetish.
You're fetishizing babies?
Yeah, that's weird.
Sick. Y'all sick. Y'all need help.
I just feel like, no, what other culture does this? You don't, very, very rarely will you meet a white man and be like, I don't date white women because she does, because she did. If he say he date Black women, I just love Black women. He not like, because, yeah, white women, they this and they that. I don't fuck with white women. Da, da, da. No, you don't.
So this is the end of our another episode of Basically Unpopular.